The World Economic Forum has been on a roll lately, and they've even infiltrated crypto. To shine some light on their Orwellian plans for our future, today we're counting down the 6 craziest things they have said recently and their implications. And unfortunately, no, this is not some conspiracy theory. It's written in their mission statement, and well, you'll see. In no particular order, coming in at number 6, Klaus Schwab, the founder of the World Economic Forum, proudly admitted they have penetrated governments across the world.
When I mention now names like Mrs. Merkel, even Vladimir Putin and so on, they all have been young global leaders of the World Economic Forum. Mm-hmm. But what we are very proud of now is the young generation, like Prime Minister Trudeau, President of Argentina and so on, that we penetrate the cabinets.
These young global leaders also include the likes of Fortune 500 CEOs like Jeff Bezos and Mark Zuckerberg. They're in royal houses, in leading NGOs and national nonprofits, and also are said to include Bill Gates, Gavin Newsom, the terrible governor of California, Angela Merkel, Boris Johnson, sports personalities, and so many more. My question is, why are all these influential people part of this, and what are they trying to do? I quickly want to take us to their actual website. So here we are on worldeconomicforum.org, their partners page. And if we scroll down, under just the A section, we have Amazon, Apple, Adobe, Airbus, Alibaba Group. These are some of the biggest companies in the world. Under B, we have British Aerospace, Bain Capital, the infamous BlackRock, which probably deserves a video of its own, Boeing, B of A, Bank of China, and ByteDance, the Chinese parent company of TikTok. These companies hold tremendous amounts of computing power, resources, influence, and I can't think of a single problem that if they were serious about solving, they couldn't. But they choose to focus on penetrating governments instead? Western countries have elected leaders that were supposedly put there by we the people. However, I'm not sure how penetrating cabinets and true democracies can coexist at the same time. And keep in mind, no one at the World Economic Forum was elected by us. So it seems to me we have the unelected now controlling and influencing our elected officials. Anyone else see a problem here? And if you're thinking that these are innocent people just trying to help the world, wait until you see the rest of the countdown. And want to know what else they have penetrated? Cryptocurrency and decentralized finance. The executive director of the Ethereum Foundation is also on the blockchain board at the World Economic Forum. Ethereum is the leading decentralized blockchain aiming to get away from centralized powers like this. And now they are on the board of one of the most centralized entities in the world. Something doesn't make sense here. Number 5, pills that contain biological microchips.
Even if you make the greatest drug or the greatest wearable, there's no guarantee that the patient is going to take the drug, wear the device. So how are you thinking about technology to engage the patient?
I think it's fascinating what's happening in this field right now. I mean, FDA approved the first electronic pill, if I can call it like that. So it is basically biological chip that it is in the tablet, and once you take the tablet and dissolves into your stomach, sends a signal that you took the tablet. So imagine the applications of that, compliance, the insurance companies to know that the medicines that patients should take, they do.
Even last year during the pandemic, the idea of having a microchip in your body was a crazy dystopian idea. And now we have the CEO of Pfizer, one of the largest pharmaceutical companies in the world, admitting they already have pills with a biological microchip inside them. And this chip would send a wireless signal to the relevant authorities that the pill was digested in order to track your compliance. And mind you, this has all already been approved by the FDA, all in the name of what they call patient engagement, which is a new term of theirs used to fool us into thinking this is for our own good. Just look what's happening in Shanghai right now. The wrong health QR code means no subway entrance, no freedom, no nothing. And these are the concepts they're trying to bring to the Western world. Just wow. This is such a sad and scary sight. Number 4, biometric clothing. Under the guise of sustainability, the World Economic Forum is even planning to track our clothes. Again, this isn't some far off idea, with 20 out of the 500 largest brands in the world already on board, possibly even more at this point. Notice how everything is about more control and tracking our lives. They even plan to track our heart rates. At the same time, these same people are telling us the real implications of this.
Just imagine North Korea in 20 years, when everybody has to wear a biometric bracelet which constantly monitors your blood pressure, your heart rate, your brain activity, 24 hours a day. You listen to a speech on the radio by the great leader, and they know what you actually feel. You can clap your hands and smile, but if you're angry, they know you'll be in the gulag tomorrow morning.
As if living under a dictatorship wasn't bad enough, these technologies have the ability to make them even more nightmarish. And don't for a second think they won't bring this here. Moving on to number 3, smartphones in your body by 2030. Just listen.
Which is around 2030. I would say that by then, definitely the smartphone as we know it today will not anymore be the usual, kind of the most common interface. Wow. Many of these things will be built directly into our bodies.
Transhumanism, anyone? These things would be built directly into our bodies, which would essentially make us like machines. But why? And notice they aren't talking about decades and decades away here. This is being worked on now, and they are currently laying the foundation to get us used to the idea of transhumanism, which honestly I don't think is a path any sane person wants to go down. Coming in at number 2, their infamous "you'll own nothing and you'll be happy."
So I'm a beachside hotel. As you can see, I'm pretty relaxed. I don't mean to brag.
Another 2030 prediction points to the end of ownership, and we're already starting to see this happen today. Their plan is for us to rent absolutely everything, from homes to furniture, computers to clothes. And it's not that no one will own these goods and services. They will, of course, but it'll be the big corporations. And imagine having them as your landlords for everything in your life. It goes without saying, but this would completely strip us of all of our personal and financial freedoms. And if this does happen, which I sincerely hope it doesn't, it would be the end of the West as we know it. And no one would be happy. No one except the corporations who would own absolutely everything. Now on to the final one on our list, their dreams of a cashless society.
Fast forward 5 years. Do we have a central bank digital coin out there in the world that is being utilized on a daily basis, whether it's wholesale or retail, and it becomes a superior system? Yes or no?
We have several experiments which are not very far from that. They are not yet generalized, but they could be, let's say, the next 3 years.
I am also a believer that will come in 5 years. Yes, what I try to say is obviously, we still have those huge legacy environment. They need to migrate as well. So we will not yet see all the benefits coming through, but it will come and will be much more efficient, also probably much more secure.
The World Economic Forum has now thrown their weight behind central bank digital currencies, claiming that state-controlled cryptocurrencies will revolutionize the future of finance. These billionaires and bankers want to move away from cash and towards a CBDC where they can control and monitor every single transaction we make, saying it will help revolutionize the financial system through increasing the financial inclusion and improving the lives of billions of people globally by providing access to cheap and affordable financial services. Yes, they have cared so deeply about those in poverty. I'm sure this too will be a huge success. As we've seen, Klaus Schwab and the rest of them at the World Economic Forum seek to control every aspect of our lives. They want to know what we're doing, who we're with, and even what we're thinking.